Back at the Scottrade Center, Jamie Rivers, Andy Strickland, Scott Warman, and our entire Fox Sports Midwest crew getting set for the Challenge Cup Championship game between the DeSmet Spartans and the Junior Bills of St. Louis University High School. Take a look at our starting goaltenders, and for the Spartans, William Oliver getting the start here tonight in this title game.
Yeah, fantastic goalie. He's had a great year playing for the AAA Blues U18 team. We see here 1.40 goals against, .942 save percentage in the playoffs. Shutout as well. He's going to have to be really strong tonight to compete with the Junior Bills. We got Brendan Rash, who's had a fantastic go as well. 11-1-0, 0.67 goals against, average 6 shutouts. This kid's on his game all the time, so this is going to be interesting to see the goaltending duel as this game progresses. Certainly the workload on Oliver at this point would seem to be a lot heavier, but time will tell.
Andy, of course, everybody gets marveled with the goals that the Junior Bills can put up, but they don't give up very many goals either.
No, they don't. And Matthew Hull, he's a veteran. He's been in this game now 4 consecutive years. Still looking for his first mid-stage title. Christian Berger, we'll be talking a ton about him. You may not find a better player in the entire league.
Underway, Spartans and Junior Bills, 4th meeting between these two teams. If you didn't catch it earlier, again, Junior Bills winning all 3 regular season matchups. In fact, only giving up 1 goal in those 3 games as DeSmet was stymied by the Junior Bills. But this is for a whole different matter right here in this title game. Junior Bills. Wagner with the deflection up front, and the Spartans will clear it to center ice. There is Matthew Hold right there, number 6 in the blue. And that one is deflected into the stands.
That's a big start, as anticipated by the Junior Bills. Put the pressure on early. Interesting piece of this is the Wachter defenseman for the Junior Bills. Actually only played high school hockey this year, no club team, but a scratch golfer. So very interesting to see him as part of the starting pair, Andy.
Yeah, and he's been playing with Matthew Hull for essentially his entire life. Both players grew up playing with the AAA Blues together and now in high school. But it's important for DeSmet to weather the storm. They know SLUH is going to come out hard, and they can't match SLUH power for power. They will rely on their goaltender and rely on a good structure. They want to make sure they have their game plan, which they've been instituted from Chris Durso. They want to make sure they execute that to perfection.
Here's Estes' pass, just past him. Now Gibson keeps it in for the Spartans. Estes, far corner, giving chase. Here's Kinzel for DeSmet. Michael Mullen, number 91, the sophomore center iceman on this second line for DeSmet. Opich, number 41, to Gibson. They'll play catch. Here's Ken Gibson, right at the blue line. Both teams with a little bit of a feeling out process in the opening 2 minutes of our opening period of this Challenge Cup Championship.
And you see the structure right here, a 1-2-2 implemented by Chris Durso. He knows they have to be disciplined and stay in that structure throughout the game, at least here in the early going.
Chris Holmes here on the near corner, trying to get it to the point, and intercepted by the Spartans. Lotus, number 15, trying to get it to Oziek. And there's Matthew Hull. Up ahead to Holmes, he'll chip it in. Heineck giving chase, number 21, Oziek. And this one will travel all the way down. They're going to wave off icing on DeSmet. Junior Bills gaining the line, trying to get a centering pass. Good back coverage defensively by the Spartans. Now Gibson checked off the play. Now a centering pass over the stick. Up top, here's Berger with the shot. Rebound, and another save is made by Oliver.
And that's a real good sign, Jamie, by DeSmet. William Oliver. DeSmet knows if they're going to win this game or at least have a chance, they need their goaltender to be their best player. William Oliver, one of the best goaltenders, like you mentioned, here in Mid-States, and he looks confident here early.
Yeah, certainly. Square to the puck here. He's a big kid, taking up a lot of the net, gets down, covers that bottom corner. So, yeah, he's going to be a big part of this for DeSmet, and certainly they're looking to protect the middle of the ice. You can tell early on that they're going to force SLUH to shoot from the outside and rely on their goaltender. So it should be interesting.
White wins the faceoff, and the shot taken by Wachter at the point. Save made again by Oliver. And the Spartans will clear it back into the Junior Bills zone. 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes into our opening period. Wachter behind his own net. Over to Corker. Paulo. Berger. Paulo. Centering pass. And Oliver trying to find it. He finds it on the near side, and another centering pass is deflected to the far boards by DeSmet. Clears some of that pressure applied by the Junior Bills. And the Junior Bills will make the line change. Gibson to Estes, who chips it in, and now DeSmet will make a change here. Under 11 minutes just started in our Challenge Cup Championship game from the Scottrade Center.
And here's a good look, Scott, at SLUH's third line. Parati, Holmes, Einig. These guys would be a top line or first line for most teams in this league. Here they're a third line. A good, obviously, indicator just how deep SLUH is. This line combined for more than 80 points on the season. That's more than DeSmet's top line.
Wachter, nice stick handle into the zone, and then he's poke checked at the end. Here's Parati trying to get a backhand shot, blocked out in front. Oliver with another save, and he'll freeze it there.
Yeah, another a great save there by Oliver. Not a huge save, but just very technically sound on that, making sure the rebounds don't go too far. And you know, we got some physicality here, maybe a little bit accidental, but still it's going to increase the intensity of this game. And certainly SLUH looking good right now. Wachter especially lugging the mail out there, looking very, very fresh and on his toes, Andy.
Yeah, he can do that. And again, a smart play by Oliver to freeze the puck. He's going to want to control the pace in this one.
Shot misses on the short side. Junior Bills trying to keep it in, but now they got to get back on side. Here's Reynolds trying to get it up ahead to Thorpe. Schwartz. And it's chipped in by Bob Lockwood, number 4 for UUHI. Good forecheck by Wagner. Swings it to the near side to Thorpe. Nick Thorpe, captain on this DeSmet Spartan team. And Lockwood will have to go back and retreat. Hit made there by Thorpe.
And you knew that was coming. Nicholas Thorpe, one of the more physical players you're going to find in the entire league, and certainly one of the best offensive as well.
Puck almost stolen. Looks like DeSmet's going to pick up their first penalty as Rash makes it to the Junior Bills bench area.
Yeah, Michael Mullen's going to go off for the hook here. And this is not what Chris Durso and the DeSmet Spartans wanted here early in this game, is to give SLUH any opportunity to get on the power play and get some confidence here early in this game.
Yeah, we got some physicality picking up, but they were reaching in a little bit. Gets the stick underneath. A little bit of a hook on that one. Referee, that was an easy call for the ref. And like you mentioned, Andy, this is not the position that the Spartans want to be in. You don't want to be killing penalties against arguably one of the best offensive teams in Mid-States history.
And it also forces Chris Durso to play some of his best players on the PK, and they're wasting their energy doing that. That's not what they want coming into this game either.
Here's Trevor White getting it to the left point. Back to White. Setting up Berger for the one-timer, and that one goes wide.
This is actually the second unit for St. Louis University, with Berger up top with the big bomb like we just saw.
Randazzo with the shot on goal, short-handed. Gets his own rebound, chips it back. Good job of the PK there by Steven Randazzo. $1:20 left in this man advantage for the Junior Bills. White swings it around. There's Paulo. Back to White. White sets up, left point. Back to White. White with the shot. That's deflected into the near corner. Now Gibson with the backhand, and he'll clear the pressure, and the Spartans will get a change again. Nice job on the PK by DeSmet, Jamie.
Yeah, so far doing a great job of being patient, shutting down those shot lanes, and when danger is presenting itself, they're able to close it off with bodies and sticks. So far, so good.
Winkleman with a burst of speed in the DeSmet zone. Back to Winkleman, and a shot goes wide. 25 seconds remaining on the power play. Schwartz out there with Wagner. Now Schwartz, left point. Lockwood, that one is blocked by Thorpe. Now Abel trying to swing it to the near side. Out there with Reynolds, the #1 D pair for the Spartans. Matthew Hull to Winkleman. Oh, and what a save there made by William Oliver. Now Spartans have killed the penalty. Backhander. And the save is made by Brendan Rash.
Wow, that was a little tricky there. Brendan Rash with a great save. However, a little awkward looking on that one.
Just underway, Challenge Cup Championship, Junior Bills and Spartans.
And we're back here at the Scottrade Center. Still no score and a good pace here early. Well, Jack Bean, the head coach of St. Louis University High, is now back in Mid-States, where he coached back in the 1990s for Parkway South, where he won not one but 2 Mid-State titles. And he had some good players on those teams. John Roger, Andy Croak, just to name a few. Aaron Sunbakken was also the goaltender back then. Kevin Coldwater, some really big names from back in the 1990s who went on to have some pretty good hockey careers as well. He went on to also coach the Junior Blues here in St. Louis, but now he's back coaching Mid-States for St. Louis University. You know, he coached Central States for the Chesterfield Youth Hockey Organization, actually coached a few players who play for DeSmet, including Owen Benben, one of the top offensive players when he was coaching the Bannon Majors Central States team a couple of years ago. So certainly a veteran guy in his first season with St. Louis University, and talking to him before the game, I know he's excited to be back here at the Scottrade Center.
No doubt about it. Also had a chance to catch up with him, Andy, and as I told Jamie earlier, he actually was a part of our telecast for a bit here on Fox Sports Midwest in the Mid-States Championships, and he said not only himself but this whole team has a chip on their shoulder, not only for this game but to the start of the season, Jamie, after losing that game last March against the CBC Cadets for the title.
Well, we know it was a heartbreaker, so the motivation should be there for the Junior Bills, as well as we talked about earlier, the Spartans, who are the underdogs. So both of these guys are, it won't be back-to-back for either of them, so I think both teams are trying to send a message here.
Well, you could see how serious SLUH was in the player introductions. I mean, there's no doubt, you know, coming into the game last year against CBC, they were considered to be the favorite. They were the higher seed, and I know they weren't happy with their performance overall. They graduated some good players, but again, you're not going to find a deeper team in the entire league than what we're going to see here tonight.
Abel keeps the puck in for the Spartans, and there's Schwartz with the clear. Lockwood hits his own man. Now a broken stick. How much is that, Andy?
About $250.
On sale.
Mom and Dad are happy right now, I can tell you that.
Sale. That's great. Shot. Misses short side. There's Reynolds at the point, deflected, and Rash does a nice job there of handling that deflection by Owen Benben.
Yeah, that's one of the guys that we'd circled before the game. Owen Benben is a phenomenal offensive talent, and he shows right here with his deflection skills getting a piece of that, and those are always trouble when you get in close like that, Andy.
Yeah, no doubt. And you saw not just once but twice with Benben trying bad angle shots on the short side. They feel like, based on their scouting report and the information they have on Rash, the goaltender from SLUH, that he can sometimes cheat off his post. He missed the net there, but no surprise that they're attacking that part of the net here early going based on what they said prior to the game. But again, if DeSmet's going to get on the board, they know they need Thorpe, they need Benben. These guys are going to have huge games.
Spartans with the deep dump by Couch. And deflecting right back on the stick of Chris Holmes, centering that third line for the Junior Bills. Here comes Holmes in the Spartan zone. Trying to get by Opich. Can't. Good forecheck. And there's Opich. And he'll get the clear all the way down the ice. And will wave off icing here by the officiating crew.
Guys, Louis Perotti went down awkwardly in the corner there. Came back to the SLUH bench, holding his shoulder. He's an important part of this team offensively for Jack Bean. And it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get back out there and how much time he misses. Here's a look at the play right here.
Oh, wow.
See Perotti, yeah, just kind of takes a stick. And
Officials may have missed one on that, Andy.
Unnoticed by the officials there. It was Ben Lotus, who's the younger brother of Zach Lotus, who graduated from CBC last year, or excuse me, from DeSmet last year, and he's the third and final Lotus to come through this program, but again, missed by the officials.
Well, being called into action is our good buddy Mike Hefner on the bench, for making sure that Perotti's going to be okay.
Junior Bills, Jacoby getting in the zone. White doing battle. Nice check behind the goal there on the near side. And it is Reynolds coming away with it for the Spartans. Rash makes the easy save, and the Junior Bills will swing it all the way down into DeSmet's zone. And that is deflected into the Junior Bills bench area as they were making a line change with 4:19 remaining in our opening period of play.
Yeah, you watch so far here, Andy. As powerful as the Junior Bills are, they're currently being outshot by DeSmet. That just shows me that DeSmet is playing that patient game. They're blocking shots and limiting the opportunities.
Well, you saw the opportunity there. I mean, they're not hesitating to shoot from anywhere, including from the neutral zone outside the blue line. But, you know, earlier this season, guys, when these two teams faced each other, the final score was a lopsided number. But the score was 0-0 until SLUH scored with 6 seconds left in the first period. They got another goal early in the second and then steamrolled from there. So, again, you know, Chris Durso is going to be reminding his team to make sure you stay focused and obviously, you know, keep the score where it is, at least from a defensive standpoint. But I think the Smets got to be real happy with the start, even though a lot of the action has been deep in their end. They haven't had a whole lot of situations where they've been in real danger defensively.
Face off to the right of Oliver. Winkleman loses the draw. And here comes Bin Bin. Power move behind the net. Thorpe back there with Lockwood, and Lockwood comes away with it for the Junior Bills. Nice pass to Schwartz. Slides it over. Driving to the net. Now back to the right point. One-timer by Hall, handled nicely. Schwartz with the rebound, and Oliver looking strong between the pipes, gentlemen, in the opening period of play.
Yeah, I think that that is going to be the headlines of this game is, you know, the solid play of Oliver in net for DeSmet. He's going to have to continue to be at the top of the paint, out challenging the play, limiting the rebounds. He's going to be called upon quite a bit, Scott.
And make no mistake, Jamie, I mean, he was that good against CBC. He's the reason why DeSmet is here. He was phenomenal in that second game, and he carried it over into the 2-0 victory in the mini game as well. So he obviously has a lot of confidence, and it's shown here early.
Berger shoots it in. There's Gibson behind his own net for DeSmet. And Opich, his defensive partner, lost the handle. And now on the far side, Kinzel can't get it out. Pass taken, shot, and another save is made by Oliver on the shot by Einig.
Great movement side to side there by Oliver. Fantastic play from the Junior Bills to get that cross ice to change puck side. Yeah. And then Oliver tracking the puck just perfectly, going side to side and being in such great position that he gets it in the midsection.
Well, it shows you a little bit of the vision that Christian Berger has, the Penn State commit, who is also owned by Madison in the USHL. There's a good chance this may be his last Mid-States game, as he's the 5th and final Berger to come through the St. Louis University program. Exceptional talent.
There's a centering pass and a foul-up on the rebound, and Thorpe kicks it to the side. Junior Bills keep the pressure on. Wachter from the right side. Rips one. Deflected wide. White behind the net for the Junior Bills. Putting on some pressure on the Spartans right now. 2.5 remaining in our opening period. Paulo. Back up top. Wachter swings it left wing. Left point, I should say. Now left side. And another shot deflected, and Oliver again with the save. Junior Bills still keep the pressure on. And there's Bin. He just shoots it down and relieves that pressure, as right now Junior Bills out shooting the Spartans 11-6.
Yeah, you know, the Junior Bills are moving the puck around really well. D to D up high, doing a great job, low to high. They're trying to penetrate the middle of the ice, but as you can see, the Spartans are doing a real good job of closing that area out, the house. They're trying to control the house. Right there, great shot once again, but from the outside, and they didn't get the rebound inside. So looks like that's going to be the theme of the night for DeSmet, is to try and put the pucks or keep them on the outside and battle inside for those rebounds.
And it's going to be important that their defense box out in front and not allow SLUH to get to those second and third chances, because Oliver has the ability to make the first save. He'll make the first save every time, especially if the shots are coming from the perimeter.
Oh, Winkleman had that one just skip over his stick. Now makes a centering pass, and Wagner can't one-time it over his stick. And now Estes will clear it out. Genzel can't catch up with it. Junior Bills get possession back. No score.
That's a great job at the blue line by DeSmet. Henry Wagner, very skilled player, but forcing him to dump it in, they'll take that every time.
Kept in, shot wide, taken by Jacoby. DeSmet trying to get out of their own zone. They'll do it here. Reynolds. Deep dump in, and they'll get a change for DeSmet.
1 minute, 1 remaining in the first period.
Karate back on the ice. And that one is deflected into DeSmet's bench with 49.6 remaining in our opening period of this Challenge Cup Championship from the Scottrade Center.
You know, guys, I mentioned Henry Wagner, you know, earlier in the semifinals against Chaminade. He was on a recruiting visit out east in Boston. They had a huge snowstorm and the flights were canceled. So his mom and dad and himself, they drove back here 24 hours to make sure they got to the rink in time for the game. On the way back, that included a couple of flat tires and a speeding ticket, but they still made it back. But it goes to show you how committed these guys are to get here for their high school games, in addition to what they do on the club side.
How do you get a speeding ticket with a nor'easter?
Or with
I
flat
guess I'll
tires.
have to ask his pop about that one. Might be a sore subject, though.
Well, they actually had two flat tires. When they went into the body shop, they found a nail in the third, so they actually had to buy 3 tires on the rental car that they rented just to get back here to St. Louis from Boston.
It's a crazy story.
That's a fantastic story.
But he's got so much upside. He'll play Division I hockey for sure. And he's owned by Youngstown in the USHL. It's going to be interesting to see if he's capable of making that team and getting to that level as soon as next year. Jamie, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think he's a player that, certainly given the opportunity, I think he can play there. He's fast enough. He thinks the game well enough. Maybe slightly undersized for the USHL right now. However, he's got a summer ahead of him to train and get ready. So I think he's got as good a chance as anybody to stick in the USHL this year.
Yeah, Chris Durso, the head coach, frustrated there. You know, he should have. They didn't get the opportunity to change. He's looking to match up and match lines, something he likes to do. SLUH won't match nearly as aggressively as DeSmet, but he didn't get the matchup out there that he wanted for that offensive zone faceoff, guys.
Well, Brendan Rash and William Oliver, the combatants in goal in this Challenge Cup Championship, stopping all 17 shots. No score after 1. Welcome back to the Scottrade Center. It is the Challenge Cup Championship here on Fox Sports Midwest. Junior Bills and Spartans scoreless after 1 period of play. And Jamie Rivers, we've seen some terrific goaltending on both ends.
Yeah, Will Oliver has been up to the task here so far. He's had a tremendous first period. They're going to need that from him for the entire game, but it's great to see that he started out off the right foot and making some great saves that look routine, but it's great movement and great tracking by him.
Well, I would imagine, Andy Strickland, that Curso has to be happy with that opening 15 minutes of play.
I would think so. Now they want to get a little more aggressive and try to sustain some pressure in the offensive end and see if they can get to this goaltender from SLUH, who the numbers are unbelievable. But you look at how badly SLUH has outscored their the opponent throughout the course of the season. There haven't been too many close games for SLUH this season, Jamie, and you know how that can be for a team when you're used to blowing teams out. I mean, in the semifinals against Chaminade, they won their games 10-0 and 9-0. So close games are maybe not something they're completely used to. And can you get a little nervous if it gets close? I guess you can.
Yeah, it can be foreign territory. It starts to get deeper and deeper into the game. You start to press or look for the bigger, better play that maybe isn't there, and all of a sudden a lucky bounce has you behind the 8-ball, and that can create some panic. So certainly a dangerous situation for the Billikens if they're not ready for it.
Scrum right in front of the penalty box. Christian Berger up ahead to Winkleman. Winkleman. Here's Wagner flipping it ahead. They have passed up a shot there. Thorpe clears it for the Spartans. Doctor to Berger. Berger gets it to center ice, and we have a whistle.
Good look at Joe Winkleman. He's their offensive weapon along with Henry Wagner, but Winkleman can certainly put the puck in the net. He can make plays. Plays for Carshield in the U18. Led the North American Prospect Hockey League in scoring this year, to give you an idea how much he can score. And his line mate there, Henry Wagner, tied for the league lead in the Tier 1 Elite Hockey League, playing for the U16 AAA Blues under Al McInnes. He had 28 goals this season. So you talk about a 1-2 punch. They certainly bring it with St. Louis University.
Estes flips it behind the net. And there's Lockwood, the junior Bill defenseman. Allo trying to sweep it in front. Oliver makes a save there. There's a deflection right in front of the Spartans' net. Now Estes. Lockwood once again for the junior Bills. Tries to reverse it. And the junior Bills will come away with it. Lockwood will dump it in, and the junior Bills will get a line change here. Opich stolen.
That's what you can't do, Jamie, right? You got to keep it simple. Coming out of the defensive end, you can't make cross-ice passes through the middle of the ice.
Matthew Hull, high slot, rebound. That one goes wide. Parati doing battle behind the net. Along with Holmes. And Hull will have to retreat back in his own zone. Here's Einig. Shipped up ahead. Here's Gibson. Check behind his own net. Comes away with the puck. Now here is Kausch. Kausch with the shot. Just over the crossbar.
Not sure why he's slowed down there, Jamie. He had numbers and support coming with him.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. To me, he should have just been attacking and getting those pucks to the net.
Junior Bills, and a save made by Oliver there on a shot by Schwartz. Wachter from the point. That's deflected. And fans wanted a penalty. They're not going to get it from the DeSmet side. Here's Winkleman. Over to Wagner. Oliver will set it up for his D-man. Here is Josh Abel. Flips it up ahead. And there is the defense for the junior Bills. Christian Berger over to Winkleman. Now it's Wagner trying a centering pass. Winkleman trying to get it to Wagner. Now Winkleman behind the net. Now at the top, Berger with the shot. Save made by Oliver. Now wide open, and another save by Oliver. Still a loose puck down on the far boards. Here's Winkleman. Junior Bills with a lot of pressure here. That one is deflected in front. And it's finally cleared by Cameron Oziek.
Probably a wise play there by the Spartans to get the icing, take a little bit of the edge off here. The Junior Bills, as we see Matthew Hull in here with a great shot, rebound. Oliver going side to side once again. Another great opportunity for the Junior Bills. Oliver once again standing tall. Berger here with a great chance, and this seems redundant, but Oliver again with a solid save. The Junior Bills, 15 shots on that right now to 6. Unfortunately, the Spartans have been stuck at 6 for a little while now.
In fact, 9 scoring chances for the Junior Bills in just 1 for the Spartans. Juniors a bit again with the pressure. Oliver again with another save. White trying to turn around and do a little spinorama goal. Didn't happen that way. Here's Paulo back again. 3-on-3. Paulo driving to the net. Centering pass. Oh, and it's off the bar. At the point, Lockwood sends it behind the net. Paulo to the right point. Bull. That one goes high and into the netting, and the clock stops with 10 minutes remaining in the second period, and the Junior Bills are putting on some pressure.
Yeah, several opportunities here. A little bit of a bad bounce for the Spartans there. Puck goes right to Simoncic, who shoots it. It goes right off the post. So Oliver playing well, and certainly once again, we'll see how many happen, but the post's coming into play early in this game.
Yeah, it was a great pass by Stephen Paulo. You mentioned that he's normally a defenseman. They moved him to forward this year. That was just to get him on the team. I mean, SLUH is so deep defensively, and with the acquisition of Gunn, who's a young freshman defenseman who he hasn't seen a ton of action here thus far. They wanted to keep Paulo on the team, and Jack Bean went to him and said, hey, what about playing forward? And he said, I just want to win. So obviously he's got a great attitude, and he looks comfortable playing up front.
Christian Berger carrying it out for the Junior Bills. Berger pinching in. Nice play there by Abel. Bills keep it in once again. Reynolds has to retreat back. Abel up ahead. Now here comes Estes. Estes shooting. Save made by Rash. His first test of the second period.
That was a good save. Walker got caught up ice, tried to make a hit at the blue line. The first dangerous look for by DeSmet in quite some time.
Genzel flips it deep. Rash will settle it down for the Junior Bills. 109 minutes left in the second period. No score. St. Louis University High School and DeSmet for the Challenge Cup Championship right here on Fox Sports Midwest.
And now, Jamie, you see DeSmet trying to stretch her forward out to the neutral zone, trying to catch SLUH sleeping. You hear SLUH's bench yelling to their defensemen, especially the weak side D, to back up and don't let a forward from DeSmet get behind him in the neutral zone.
Yeah, you got to be very careful of that. When you're pressing so much offensively, sometimes you can lose track of the opposition.
Oh, nice check there. Lotus with the shot. Save made by Rash. Osiek in the corner. Now right point. Oh, deflected, and Rash makes a blocker save there. Lockwood reverses the field. Here comes Winkleman for the Junior Bills. Nice pass. Wagner in. Backhand. Oh, and it hits the bar once again. Another post by the Junior Bills.
Wow.
Here's Winkleman getting the clear out pass for the Junior Bills. Wachter stopped at the blue line nicely by Gibson. Gibson will dump it deep into the Junior Bills zone, and the DeSmet Spartans will get a line change here. Paulo. Paulo for the Junior Bills. Trying to get it to Winkleman. Checked off the play nicely. And here is Josh Abel for the DeSmet Spartans. Bread to Bin. Owen Bin. Centering pass. Oh, deflected to the top. Bin behind the net. Thorpe to Abel. Abel swings it over to Randazzo. Nice defensive play there by Hall. Hollow can't get it, and it goes back to the neutral zone. Chipped back in by Abel, and here are the Junior Bills. Under 6.5 left in the second period. No score between the Junior Bills and the Spartans here at the Scottrade Center. Einig carries in, trying to make a centering pass, and that's deflected. Good defensive play, and now the breakout by Kinzel. Kinzel shot over the crossbar into the near side. Now Kinzel behind the net. Kinzel waiting patiently, still waiting. And there's the Junior Bills as he tried to reverse field there and gets flipped all the way down to the Spartans end. And Opich a little careless there, and Oliver will have to freeze it. Oh, the Junior Bills coming oh so close. They have not hit just one, but 2 posts in the second period, but we're still scoreless here in the second. Jamie Rivers, Andy Strickland, and our entire Fox Sports Midwest crew. Scott Warman with you. Challenge Cup Championship here tonight at the Scottrade Center. No score between DeSmet and St. Louis University High School. 5:45 left in our second period of play.
Jamie, I think the theme thus far has to be weathering the storm for DeSmet. There's been a couple of ways where SLUH has come strong, but DeSmet's been able to escape without a goal against, which is obviously huge for them, confidence-wise.
A couple of huge saves by the goalie, a couple of big misses with the goalposts. Certainly they've got to try to limit the scoring chances if they're going to try to fight through this and weather the storm, like you said, and get themselves into a position to win a hockey game.
And you haven't called the name a whole lot of Nicholas Thorpe. I mean, he was the star player for DeSmet, scoring a couple of goals in the semifinal closeout game for DeSmet against CBC. By the way, CBC, got to give a shout out to John Jost as they came to this. They were involved in this game for 17 straight years, guys, going back to 2001. I mean, it's an unbelievable accomplishment, just a crazy run to get here 17 consecutive years, and you got to have a feeling they'll probably find their way back at some point in the not too distant future. But for now, it's all about DeSmet and St. Louis University.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Andy. Here's a shot from the point, another save by Will Oliver, who has been the story through the first period plus at the Scottrade Center, stopping all 20s faced, make that 21, and the rebound just gets past him from Wagner. Berger swings it behind the net. Wagner trying to make a centering pass. Good defense. Here's Kinzel. Oh, he's poke check. Nice play by Winkleman. Now Joe goes to the ice. Junior Bills fans wanted to whistle. Not going to get one there. There's a shot. Oh, another save by Oliver. How about that? And another rip. And that one goes wide by Wagner.
That all started off with a turnover in the defensive end by DeSmet. You got to manage the puck. You cannot give St. Louis University opportunities like that.
Will Oliver is standing on his head, almost literally. Estes breaking in. Good defensive play there by Matthew Hall. Now White up ahead to Paulo off his skate.
What's the old saying, Jamie? The boards are your friend, especially coming out of the zone?
Yeah, absolutely. DeSmet's got to do a much better job of keeping the pucks out of the danger areas, and right now that's the middle of the ice. They've got to manage it, get it up the wall, just keep advancing it until you get out over the blue line and then focus on getting it into the opposition's end. But the turnovers like that, those will hurt you in the end if you give up too many of them.
Here's Lockwood at his own blue line. Corker And that one is chipped back in. Opich. Kept in. Berger skates in. Christian centering pass. And again, DeSmet clogging up that middle. Here's Berger again with the shot, and it rings off the post. Third one this period. This might be a Challenge Cup championship record here tonight.
We thought maybe it wouldn't be the storyline in Game 2 here tonight, but looks like it's developing.
And that was the case in the Wickenheiser Cup as well. But if you're DeSmet, the winger there, Jacob Couch, you can't expect to receive that pass outside the blue line.
Another save made by Oliver and a rebound, and that one is deflected here to the near side.
Now you give your defenseman an opportunity to make a tape-to-tape pass.
Spartans clear the zone. There's Berger back at the red line. Christian into the DeSmet zone with another shot. Oh, and another beautiful save by William Oliver.
My goodness, what a performance so far here tonight by Oliver. Berger comes in and he's got a fantastic shot. Oliver throws the glove out there, makes a great save. Looking a little bit like Grant Fuhr on that one. And here we hear the ding off the post, and we're just discussing that that's been a couple already tonight. Oliver really got his hands full, certainly, here this evening. But, Andy, I got to go back to it right now. The turnovers and just maybe not making decisions quick enough is giving SLUH just too many opportunities.
Well, here's another one right here in the neutral zone. And this is where poise and composure really comes into play. But, again, in the neutral zone, defensive zone, you got to make sure you're managing the puck properly. And if there's no play to be made, you can't be afraid to chip it off the glass and at least get it out and get it back into a safety area. But right now, DeSmet, I mean, they're hanging on, but their goaltender is obviously the reason. But SLUH's starting to gain more and more confidence as this game goes on.
Ben with the deep chip in. Thorpe gives chase, and he didn't do it before the red line, and they're going to call an icing on the Spartans with 1:33 remaining in this second period of play. Junior Bills have outshot the Spartans 24-7.
Yeah, the Spartans have only had one shot on goal this period, and it actually goes back even into the first period. They haven't had any real chances, and you know, they're upset here with the icing call, and justifiably so. They get a stick on it. Unfortunately, the referees missed that one. They're discussing it now. Our buddy Richard Palo down there trying to sort things out with the rest of the crew. Don Aries as well. Looks like they're going to stand by their call and call it icing. This certainly not a situation that DeSmet wants, is to be having a face-off in their own zone.
That's a unfortunate situation for DeSmet to have to be faced with a defensive zone face-off here when you consider the puck was certainly tipped by a St. Louis University defenseman. Looked like Jack Walker got a stick on that. And obviously Chris Durso having a little conversation here with the officials.
And he's not happy, buddy.
And he is not happy whatsoever. But you know what? This is a good opportunity to get his guys some rest. I mean, he's got his big guns out here. Nicholas Thorpe is out here for DeSmet. Owen Benben is out here. Justin Reynolds. So a good opportunity to get a little bit of a rest here as well.
Berger at the left point. Over to Schwartz. His shot deflected right over the crossbar by Wagner. Wagner has it back right point. Wachter, that one's deflected in front. And another save by Oliver. He did the splits there.
Unbelievable performance here by Oliver. And on that play too, guys, we certainly wouldn't have wanted to see a goal happen after that when we got a little bit of a missed call on the ice. I can guarantee that nobody would have been pleased with that on the DeSmet bench. So unfortunately, they end up icing the puck again. They're going to be a little bit under siege here in their own end again. But the good news is they still have Will Oliver in net for them.
It helps being 6'3" and being able to cover the net. I mean, he just plays big. He looks big. But you're going to have to play some of the game on the other end of the ice at some point here if DeSmet is going to be able to sustain this pressure from St. Louis University.
I agree, Andy. And one thing I like about Oliver so far is not that he's so big and technical. He's really, really fighting for saves. He's battling for his team right now.
And this is what it takes, Jamie. I mean, you can't always look at the records and, you know, look at the players on the individual teams. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about hockey. A goaltender can change everything in a hurry and throw all the storylines out the window.
Winding down to the final 30 seconds. Paulo has got a 2-on-1. And a shot. And a goal by Berger. The Junior Bills finally solve Will Oliver on their 26th shot of the game. And they take the lead 1-0.
Unfortunately, it's just a matter of time. There's only so much one individual can do, especially when he's the goaltender. And they got a mix-up behind the net. Estes and Wachter get into it. The Bills headman the puck. They chip it out. We got a 2-on-1 here, well executed. Berger, the defenseman, activating himself into the rush, creating the offensive chance, and then burying it top shelf. Not much the goalie could do on that one, guys.
That's a perfect shot. And again, we mentioned Stephen Paulo. What a beautiful pass, putting it right where Berger could get the shot off quickly, and he tucks it under the bar. But Paulo, again, a former defenseman, now playing forward. He looks comfortable, like I mentioned, especially off the rush, with a beautiful pass right there to Berger, who knows what to do with it. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot by Christian Berger.
That'll do it. 2 periods in the books here at the Scottrade Center. It's taken almost everything that the Junior Bills could throw at Will Oliver, and finally Christian Berger finds the back of the net for St. Louis University High School as they go into the locker room at the intermission, leading DeSmet by a score of 1-0. Let's go downstairs as we will hear from Junior Bill head coach Jack Bean. He's with our own Andy Strickland. Andy?
All right, Jack, after 2 periods of play, I mean, their goaltender is obviously standing on his head right now. Can you do anything different to get pucks past this guy, because he's obviously seeing the puck pretty well?
We just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're starting to get involved more in front of the net and get some rebounds, second and third opportunities, get some dirty goals. I've been reiterating with our guys. We just play our game. We keep doing what we do. We're wearing them down. They're on their heels. They're tired. And, obviously Christian Berger's goal just is a big lift there.
The energy your team has brought thus far in the first 2 periods, are you happy with what you're getting from that standpoint?
Definitely. I think that we're just grinding them down, and I think that it's only a matter of time. We'll get better and better scoring chances as the game wears on. And we popped the 2-on-1 there. It was a smart play there by Samalchek on the boards to get it out, and Paulo found Berger on a great pass. And Paulo, the defenseman, moved it forward. It's a great deal, man. It's got us in the lead.
All right, what do you tell your team? You've got 1 more period to go to wrap this thing up. What do you tell them now in the dressing room?
Hey, same thing. We just keep doing the same thing. We don't change a thing. We just keep doing what we're doing, and we'll be fine.
All right, Jack, thanks.
Thanks, Andy.
Scott, back to you.
All right, gentlemen, thanks. Coming up, we have the Applied Power Systems Intermission Report. It's the Challenge Cup Championship here on Fox Sports Midwest. After 2, Junior Bills lead by 1. The Spartans taking on the Junior Bills of St. Louis University High School. Christian Berger with his 3rd goal of the playoffs. That is the difference in this one after 2 periods of play. Jamie Rivers and Scott Warman with you, and you just can't say enough about Will Oliver, the netminder for DeSmet, who has been sensational, stopping 25 of 26 through the first 30 minutes of play.
Yeah, certainly Junior Bills are getting a lot of pucks to the net, and that should be, the headlines of this game. However, Will Oliver doing a fantastic job of just getting in the way, making sure he's tracking the puck excellent. He's moving side to side great. He's swallowing up the rebounds. Andy mentioned earlier he's 6'3", but he's battling for saves. He's competing every time they're in on the play. He's getting a little help from his posts out here so far tonight. Yes. But, however, with this many shots on net, you'd like to think that the guy would get a little bit of luck on his side from some of the posts. So it'll be interesting to see how much he can recharge the battery here between the 2nd and 3rd and see what kind of energy he's got left to provide his team with the best opportunity to come back in this game and go for the championship.
And there's the lone one that he let slip by, and no chance on that one. Great 2-on-1 break from Paulo to Berger to get our only goal. We take a look at the 2 periods of stats. It's brought to you by St. Louis Athletic Training.
Yeah, certainly the numbers that jump off are 26-7 the shots and 15-2 the scoring chances. Odd man rushes, surprisingly, only 4-3. But, you know, this game right now, we've talked about it. It's the 26 shots. It's the 15 scoring chances. And there have been some grade A scoring chances. So, once again, Will Oliver, the storyline for the Spartans. I hope he recharges the battery because they're going to need everything he's got left in the tank here in the third period to make a comeback at this.
The one thing we've seen from DeSmet from a defensive standpoint, we've seen him on defense a lot here in the first two periods, is they really seem to clog the mill up quite a bit. You know, there have been some grade A scoring chances, but not as many when you think about 26 shots on goal. But as Jack Bean just told Andy Strickland, DeSmet's got to be tired because they're just defending.
Yeah, that's a difficult situation. I guess to be compared to a boxer who's just on the ropes getting beaten on the entire fight. After a while, you get tired, and certainly you make some mistakes. So this is a situation where the Junior Bills just have to keep their foot on the gas. DeSmet is doing a great job of plugging the middle, but at some point, now that they're down by a goal, they have to go for it. They have to spring somebody here. They've got to try and get a goal. They can't just rely on their goalie and hope for a bad bounce at this point. They've got to go for it. They've got to get their energy up, and they've got to give their goalie just a little bit more support.
All right, we'll take a break here at the Scottrade Center. More coming up on our Applied Power Systems Intermission Report. Christian Berger and the Junior Bills up by 1. Spartans trail at 1-0 after 2 periods of play here at the Scottrade Center, as it is the Challenge Cup Championship here in downtown St. Louis. Let's check in with Andy Strickland. He's with the DeSmet head coach, Chris Durso.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot. Chris Durso, the head coach at DeSmet. After 2 periods of play, your goaltender has obviously been the storyline for your team. First off, how happy are you with his play?
He's been incredible all season long. He's given us a chance in every game. He's given us a chance tonight.
Looked like you guys came out with some energy. You had some chances early on offensively. What's it going to take to sustain the pressure offensively?
Well, we need to get more pucks on net. We had some golden opportunities in front of the net. We're missing wide a little bit. So, you know, the shots we've gotten on goal, I don't think he's controlled the rebounds very well. So we need to get a few more of those, and we need to start crashing the net.
SLUH obviously brings a lot of speed. They bring a lot of depth. How do you manage that?
Well, I mean, this helps to have a little break here, give the guys a little boost, and hopefully we'll get after it.
What'd you tell your team after 2, heading out into the third?
But just to trust the game plan. I think it's working so far. We're keeping them to the outside. A lot of their shots are from the outside. The goalie's getting a chance to see them. We're eliminating the second and third chances. So he's made some great saves on second and third chances, but you know, he's been able to see them all. So that's what we're trying to do. Yep.
All right, Chris, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Scott, back to you.
Back at the Scottrade Center, getting set for the third period of the Challenge Cup Championship here on Fox Sports Midwest. Jamie Rivers, Andy Strickland, our entire Fox Sports Midwest crew. Scott Warman back with you as Christian Berger, the lone goal late in the waning seconds of the second period, is the difference as the Junior Bills, looking for their first Challenge Cup championship since 2013, losing the previous 3 here at Scottrade to the CBC Cadets. And in that second period, Jamie Rivers, SLUH out shooting DeSmet 15-1.
Yeah, that's an uphill battle to say the least. It seems redundant that we've talked about Will Oliver so much here tonight, but my goodness, 15-1. That's a lot to ask of your goaltender, and certainly a lot to ask of your defense. DeSmet has to put their foot on the gas here. We've talked about it briefly in intermission. They've just got to find a way to get some shots on net. They got to try and create some offense, if nothing else, relieve some of the pressure off of their goaltender.
Andy, we will be very interested to see how DeSmet tries to generate some offense. Obviously, they got to play a little desperate hockey here, down 1-0 in the final period.
Well, their approach coming into the game was to get pucks deep, get it behind their defense, and go to work on the forecheck and just try to create some turnovers that way. And we haven't seen a whole lot of that because they haven't had clean exits or any speed coming through the neutral zone.
Deflection, saved by Oliver. Another one.
Picking up right where we left off, gentlemen.
Which you need to have, as you know, Jamie, right? You got to be able to carry the puck through the neutral zone to get pucks behind their D. I know it's cliche, but at the end of the day, that's smart hockey, and it works if you can execute it. But you got to have possession of the puck. Two different styles here, with SLUH being a puck possession team and DeSmet being more of a chip and chase team. But again, we haven't seen a whole lot of chipping and chasing, or at least puck retrievals whatsoever.
Trying to get the long pass to Thorpe. Intercepted by the Junior Bills. Wachter. Ooh, made a little dangerous play there.
We talk about trying to turn and go for it. Maybe not at all costs, but got lucky there. Icing call now on the Junior Bills, and be interesting to see here if Coach Durso has a face-off play up his sleeve here to try and generate something down there, Andy.
Yeah, well, you know, Owen Benben's not on the ice right now. He's one guy that I thought who had some jump early going, in the early going. Was moving his feet and actually created a couple of scoring chances for himself. You know, their best offensive weapon, the most creative offensive player is Nicholas Thorpe, their captain, the school president for DeSmet. And I would expect him to leave it all on the line here in this third period, knowing that it's his final period of high school hockey. At least the plan is for him to go to the University of Arkansas next year. Very good student, but he's had a great hockey career as well. He's overcome a lot of injuries. I'd expect number 88 to show up here in the third period.
Estes giving chase on his own dump. And Jacoby coming away with it. Now here comes White on a break. Trying to centering pass. Oliver with another save. Counterattack. Estes with the 2-on-2. And right on, and Rash, who could kind of keep himself awake, and now a little physicality afterwards is Estes bumping with, looked like, was it Karate down there?
Yeah, Estes is a player who can be very dangerous offensively. Had a heck of a game in Game 2 against CBC in the semifinals. I'd like to see him harness some of that energy right now. I tell you what, the Spartans do not need to be killing a penalty.
Yeah, I think he scored in every playoff game except one. Also had the big assist on the game winner in the mini game for DeSmet and Chris Durso. So he's been a clutch player for the Spartans here in the postseason.
Oh, turnover in their own end. Set up, shot, and that is deflected. Good defense as the Spartans clogging up the middle once again.
You know, they had a chance with speed, 2-on-2 situation, even number situation. But you got to love the way the defenseman Justin Jacoby played that for St. Louis University in terms of his gap and just closing the gap and forcing the shot from the outside. What ended up being a very easy save for Brendan Rash.
Yeah, that is one thing for sure, Andy, that we've talked about some of the top guys, but SLUH is so deep on defense. All six guys are tremendous hockey players.
Yeah, when your sixth defenseman plays U15 AAA hockey for Jordan James and Jordy Fox, I mean, you know you have some depth there. He's only a freshman. Brian Gunn, we haven't seen a ton of them, but another kid with a bright future, and there's a big hit in the corner.
Nick Thorpe, the captain, putting in a charge on that. And back the other way, Rash will hold it for a offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Spartans. How about this?
And that's what he'll do. I mean, Jamie, we talk about the offensive ability that he brings. I mean, that's on Henry Wagner, one of the best players in the area, but it's the physical presence, his willingness to get in there and finish checks. I think that's why he has the respect from all of his teammates and certainly from a number of people who have watched him play over the years.
Yeah, he's a feisty guy. Not a very big guy in size, but packs a punch with his hit. Henry Wagner, not an easy target. Solid kid on his feet, too. So, obviously, Captain Thorpe trying to change some of the momentum here.
Nice pass by Winkleman. Winkleman there. Oh, another tremendous save by Will Oliver. Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. You know, we talked a little bit off air about this. Has there ever been an MVP, regardless of the score, that was picked for a team? And Will Oliver, right now, I'm telling you what, he's a standout here so far this evening.
Yeah, we've seen some great performances in this game over the last several years. Jack Caruso comes to mind over the course of the last few years, but what he's done for this hockey club, I mean, if it wasn't for Will Oliver, I don't know what the score would be right now in this game, but a beautiful pass by Henry Wagner. You got to get the puck up high. I mean, Oliver obviously fills it out of the net, but he's got those big pillows. He's going to cover the lower third. You got to get it upstairs if you're going to score on him, much like Christian Berger did.
Oh, Bin with the shot, and Rash had to hold that one on as Thorpe was charging the net for that rebound.
And that's a great way to attack. We saw that from Ben early in the first period, Jamie, but he missed the net. That time, he got it on net, and Rash fumbled it a little bit. The rebounds are there if they can get pucks on net and challenge his goaltender a little bit.
Yeah, you know, just meant having to do the dirty work by getting it in there. Certainly a good chance. I thought the whistle may have been a little quick there, so the Junior Bills maybe got a bit of a break at that point.
Lockwood swings it to the near side. Corker hands it off to Holm. Abel swings it to the near boards to Thorpe. Now it's center ice. Alla dumps it back in for the Junior Bills.
Back in 2013, it was the freshman Joe Warnicki from St. Louis University who had an unbelievable game. The SLUH beat CBC in overtime with Stephen Lordo getting the overtime winner on the assist from Chase Berger, the older brother of Christian Berger, who's now playing at Penn State, having a really solid college career. I want to give a shout out to Trent Frederick, by the way, who was drafted 29th overall to the Boston Bruins, an alumni of DeSmet. He played this game against CBC a few years back as well. He just signed with the Boston Bruins today, so congratulations to Trent, Bobby Frederick, and the entire Frederick family. What a great kid, what a bright future he has.
Ginzel. Holm. Lockwood. Oliver steers it to the far side. Now reversing the field. Walker shoots it back in. Opich. Then Opich. Backhands it behind the Junior Bills net. There's Christian Berger.
We got something on the ice. People are throwing stuff on the ice. You can't do that. Almost hit the official in the head. And it looks like the fan is saying, I apologize. He's actually saying, yeah, it was me, but I didn't mean to do it. It was on accident. But it looks like they're tossing him out of the game. Security says, no, no, no. What is that that's flying on the ice?
Looks like one of those, the big fat heads that they put out there of the players' faces, and unfortunately no yellow card on this play. Straight to the red card.
I mean, he's wearing like a USA track and field outfit, and he actually raised his hand and said it was me. That tells you how good of kids these guys are. He says, listen, it was me, but it was an accident. Do we know who it was a fat head of?
No, I don't think we got to look at that.
Yeah, we got to get a good look at that. But luckily, nobody got hurt. But that'll get you tossed out of here.
Berger and Thorpe doing battle behind the Junior Bills net. And the shot, and Rash makes the save. And for the DeSmet Spartans, that is shot number 3 of this period, already surpassing what they did in the second period.
More than doubling their second period output. So, good to see them getting some shots, though. And they got to do something to generate offense, that's for sure.
Shorts. Up ahead to Winkleman. Trying to make a centering pass. Over strong against that post there. And here's Ben. To Thorpe. Here's Wagner for the Junior Bills. Wagner skating in. Trying to get by 3 white jerseys. Still holds possession. Now a Another shot and another save by William Oliver. That is his 28th save of the evening. 9:25 left.
One thing we got to be careful of down there, Andy, is you watch the Spartans, and two guys went to Berger on this play. You see he jumps by those two players and makes the pass over to the other forward for the Junior Bills, but you got to be careful of not being too aggressive in bad situations.
Yeah, I would agree. Did force a bad angle shot, though, but again, that's how good Berger is. And when he gets the puck, he's going to attract a lot of attention, but you want to make sure that you're defending properly.
White giving chase. Now behind the net, and a whistle, and I think we're going to get a penalty on the Junior Bills here. I think it's going to be on Trevor White. First power play coming up for the Spartans.
This will be interesting. Unfortunately, looks like both players were battling on this one. Referee obviously deemed that White was the aggressor on this play, as we see them battling arm in arm here. Kind of getting his stick held at the same time there, Andy. A little bit unfortunate. Maybe DeSmith gets away with one at the same time.
I think the officials saw Wagner coming around the net with the puck, and maybe he was going to get maybe a better scoring chance than he did, so that may have impacted the official's decision to go ahead and whistle it down and call the penalty. But I was talking with Chris Durso between the period, and he felt like his team needed to draw a penalty and really try to generate some confidence and momentum and hopefully a goal for them. If they can get on the power play, we'll see how they attack here.
Here's Thorpe getting in the Junior Bills zone. That shot is blocked. Winkleman slides it ahead to Wagner. Wagner one-on-one. Deflected. Winkleman scores! 2-0 Junior Bills.
What a great shot there by Winkleman. Unfortunately, this generates itself off the rush where Thorpe goes in and takes a shot, gets it blocked. The Junior Bills turn that right away with Wagner going in, getting a shot block, but Winkleman pouncing on that loose puck and just rifling it top shelf.
Well, what a luxury it is to have Henry Wagner and Joseph Winkleman killing penalties for you. Here's Wagner coming down one-on-one on Owen Benman, who's a forward, but he plays it back in on the power play. Does a nice job blocking the shot, but again, Winkleman follows it up nicely, uses his instincts, and then obviously his offensive ability and scoring ability to get that one past William Oliver to give SLUH the 2-0 lead.
Still a minute 10 left in this power play for the Spartans. Here's Randazzo. Checked at the blue line. Jacoby gets it back to center ice.
That puck's got to get in. It's got to get deep there, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're not getting very clean entries at all. And then when they had the puck the last time, like we just discussed, Thorpe shoots it into some shin pads without really setting up their power play unit. So maybe DeSmith pressing a little bit.
Oh, stolen here. And another shorthanded goal.
Wow, guys. Little did we think that a power play would work against them, but on this play, they set it up to DeSmith. Number 27, Owen Benben, carries it up the ice. Doesn't seem to see Samanchich coming in there, and gets it poked off his stick, and using his long reach goes to the backhand and goes over the pad on Oliver. But certainly looked like maybe it was disguised on that one, Andy. It didn't look like he saw him at all.
No, and again, when you get not one but two shorthanded goals, that can take the air out of the building very, very quickly, at least on the DeSmith side. It's created a lot of energy for St. Louis University, but again, huge PK here for St. Louis University High.
They scored 2 goals shorthanded on this penalty kill, and they have extended the lead 3-0. And meanwhile, the DeSmith Spartans still with 41 seconds of power play time. But, you know, as you guys just alluded to before that second shorthanded goal, they didn't even be able to capture the blue line and get any the possession on the offensive zone there.
Yeah, you're looking to get possession on that one. You're looking to get set up, and certainly when you're down by a goal at the start of this power play, you want to try and generate something here to get you back in the game or even to equalize it, but they didn't seem to be able to do that. They had a shot blocked that was from long range, turned into Wagner shooting the puck here as we see. Ben losing his stick, Winkleman ripping it top shelf on that one, and then unfortunately this one here, player goes unnoticed, grabs the puck from the Spartans player and pulls it to the backhand with a great move on the goalie. Poor Oliver, like we talked about earlier, I don't think he would have expected to have this kind of pressure while his team's on the power play.
Well, to give you an idea how deep St. Louis University High is, I mean, Simonik, you know, who just, you know, was able to make that nice move on his backhand. I mean, he's their fourth line center who's doing that. I mean, most teams hardly play their fourth line, and Jack Bean is not afraid to throw him out there in this situation. Killing penalties. That was a great move.
Well, you talk about fourth liner. He's certainly another AAA Car Shield player as well. Yep. So fourth liners, as AAA hockey players, it's a nice luxury.
Yeah, and now the wheels are starting to fall off a little bit. A little undisciplined now as DeSmet's going to go to the box. Looks like Michael Mullen will go off for DeSmet. And this will be interesting. This is the second power play unit for St. Louis University. Technically their third line with Einig, he had more than 50 points in the regular season, and he plays on the third line for St. Louis University High.
Second penalty to Mullen tonight. Time has elapsed, and now a power play for the Junior Bills. By the way, 3 goals on the last 7 shots on Oliver. Lockwood behind the net, and Spartans will shoot it down the ice. As we mentioned, this is the 4th consecutive appearance in this Challenge Cup title game for the Junior Bills. It was 5 years ago the last time they won this, back in 2013. White crashed into the boards hard. There's Randazzo. Thorpe! And Rash makes the save. Short-handed, that might have been the best opportunity of the night for DeSmet. How about this?
Yeah, it looks like these power plays may be working against the teams. Giving up a couple of goals to the Junior Bills, and then now creating a turnover. A little physicality by Randazzo creates turnover and generates a shot on goal for the Spartans. So it looks like these teams, Andy, are going to have to buckle down a little bit and start to pay attention to what they're doing.
Well, we saw in the previous power play by DeSmet, they had an opportunity to get the puck in deep, tried to make a move at the blue line that turned it over before SLUH came down and scored. But I like the aggressiveness here on the PK from both teams, but specifically DeSmet here in this situation, sending 2 forwards in deep and, you know, getting a little physical, creating a turnover and getting a scoring chance as a result.
Hull swings it over to the left side. Not a Winkleman. Shot blocked. Winkleman retrieves. Winkleman carrying in. That one is deflected. Goes to the near side, and Reynolds will get the clear to center ice. Schwartz can't handle the pass. Spartans clear the zone. Wachter carries it in. Hull takes his time. 10 seconds left on the power play. Now to Wagner. Wagner. Wachter centering pass. Winkleman fans on it. Here's Wagner with the shot, and that goes high. Penalty is over for DeSmet. Reynolds lines up. Rash makes the save, and that will be deflected all the way into the stands over the netting behind the Junior Bill net. 5 minutes left in our third period of the Challenge Cup Championship here at the Scottrade Center. Sixth appearance for the Junior Bills in this Challenge Cup title game. 2013 Chaseburger. Game winner in overtime as they knock off the Cadets by a score of 2-1. That's right, his brother on this Junior Bills team, and as Andy mentioned, Chase now a part of Penn State. You just saw him a couple weeks ago, didn't you, Andy?
I did. I saw him play in Madison against the University of Wisconsin against Trent Frederick. Unbelievable facility, and Penn State has obviously turned into one of the better programs in the country in a hurry. You know, David Goodwin had a lot of success, not only at DeSmet, where he won the, he was the captain of the DeSmet team in 2010, scoring the overtime winner. He also went on to play at Penn State. Christian Berger's on his way there as well. It's actually Stephen Lordo who scored the overtime winner. Chase Berger with the assist. There was a great stick toss, too, from Lordo right into the stands after he scored, but huge moment for the history of that program. Charlie Busenhart, who coached with St. Louis University High for so many years, never was able to win it, but obviously they've had a tremendous amount of success over the course of the last 6-7 years getting here on a regular basis.
Estes on the near boards. And that one is deflected out. There's Bin, lost the handle. Now Randazzo can't get the shot off. Thorpe tied up. And now heading back is Owen Bin for the DeSmet Spartans.
We can mention it now. Ben playing with a torn labrum in his hip, had to have a cortisone injection just to be able to play for his U18 AAA Blues team under Lubo Sparteco, the former St. Louis Blue. He's the head coach of that team, along with Mike Berra and Nick Carey. But he's been fighting through that over the course of the last several weeks, and he's going to have hip surgery at the end of this month, and he'll need about 4 months of rehab, so he's obviously fighting through it.
There's Reynolds. Shot blocked out in front. And Holmes will send it all the way down the ice with 3 minutes remaining in our Challenge Cup Championship game. Thorpe trying to shoot it in, deflected to the near boards. Here's Jacoby. And obviously Junior Bills sitting on this 3-goal lead, trying to secure another title for the U-High. Kinzel centering pass. Osiek now back the other way. Here's Parati. Now Holmes behind the net, centering pass, and another goal for the Junior Bills. Kevin Einig in the slot, and the U-High takes a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, that's a point-blank shot in tight there. Not much that Will Oliver could have done on that play. The Junior Bills continuing to push and forecheck. Great job by this group here to get in on the forecheck. Parati and Chip Holmes with a pass out front to Einig. Just a fantastic job by that third line, Andy.
No question, and we mentioned it earlier, just how explosive this third line has been. You know, none of these guys on the third line play club hockey, which means they don't miss any games. So there are a lot of games where the Wagners aren't there and the Winkelmans aren't there, where none of their defensemen are there on the back end, and they rely on this third line to carry the load and go head-to-head with the other top lines around the league, and they get it done. I mean, I mentioned Einig with 50-plus points. The line combined for 80-plus points on the year, which is more than the DeSmet top line. So, again, these guys are more than capable, and we've seen it here tonight.
Third goal of the playoffs for Einig. Jacoby and Burgers, you see there on the assists. And the Junior Bills 90 seconds away from their first title here at the Scottrade Center in 5 years. Now Chris Durso giving some of his players who haven't seen a lot of clock getting some time on this Scottrade Center ice before we wrap up this title game. Great opportunity for some of these kids.
No doubt. And you got to love the support that both of these schools get from not only the student body, but also the administration. A ton of support. St. Louis University High, the administration paid for the jerseys that they're wearing today and also paid for the helmets of all 60 players in their organization, including their JV team. So they get financial support from the school, which you can't say about every program in the league. So credit to them.
Chris Moskoff, the outstanding director of athletics at St. Louis University High School.
And he's actually out of the country right now. You know he's watching it somewhere.
Oh, I know he is. Wagner on the breakout. It's got a 3-on-1. Is that another post? Uh-oh, and it looks like Oliver's hurt.
Yep.
And that stops play with 23.7 seconds left.
Tough one there. Junior Bills moving the puck around really well, and I believe that did go off the post, and then unfortunately Oliver's own defenseman ran into him here. We see it here on the replay off the crossbar, and then a collision with his defenseman on that one. Gibson running into Oliver, unfortunately. Let's hope that that's nothing serious.
Yeah.
Looks like he's okay, so obviously a good sign.
That could be dangerous. Chris Durso, who's actually a graduate from St. Louis University High back in 1997, now coaching DeSmet, did a great job this season getting this team to the Challenge Cup. And we see Bobby Plager on the other end from the St. Louis Blues. Of course, the legendary Bobby Plager just turned 75 years of age. And he'll be handing out the medals to St. Louis University High at the end of this game. Always great to see Bobby Plager.
There he is. As the time is starting to wind down on this 2018 Challenge Cup Championship, Winkleman. And the countdown will get started, and it looks like Oliver is hurt again. Randazzo with the shot. And that'll do it. The Junior Bills are Challenge Cup champions of 2018. Well, Jamie Rivers, Jack Bean squad, which is absolutely relentless. They put everything towards Will Oliver and finally solved a tremendous netminder for DeSmet, but not before the waning seconds of the second period. And of course, score 3 more in the third.
Yeah, you know, you got to give SLUH High here a tremendous amount of credit for keeping their foot on the gas and really going at it here. It wasn't easy. It wasn't, you know, a given there. The DeSmet Spartans put up a heck of a fight, so I got to give credit where credit's due. The Junior Bills had a fantastic game. Probably battled some of the obstacles they haven't faced all year, being held off the score sheet for that long. So great win for them, great win for the program.
First championship for the Junior Bills since 2013. The fourth time is the charm for the Junior Bills as they fall short the last 3 years, but finally come away with the victory here tonight against DeSmet by a final of 4-0. There you see Jack Bean, head coach with the Junior Bills, glad-handing his players following their shutout victory here tonight against their rivals, the DeSmet Spartans. 4-0 the final here at the Scottrade Center. They finally got it done. They said they were having the chip on their shoulder after what transpired in the title game last year against CBC. Well, they did it. An impressive season is capped off by a title. Let's go down to Andy Strickland. He's with Jack Bean.
All right, Scott and Jamie, thanks a lot. You know, I know the score may look a little lopsided, but you had to earn this one, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, you have to give DeSmet credit. They played a hard game. Their goalie really kept them in it, and we just kept coming and just kept coming. And it was, like I said, at the end of the second period, it's only a matter of time. We just kept coming.
How did you keep your guys from getting frustrated? Because you had so many good looks there, Jack, early on, but you just couldn't get it past them.
It's a mature team. You know, they didn't lose sight of anything. There was not an ounce of frustration on that bench. Not an ounce. It was all positive, and it's just the whole year's been that way.
All right, second championship in the history of this program. How much did you guys talk about that as the goal this season, going back to the summer?
I think this year is more about getting something right from last year for most of these guys that were out here last year. And I think that they really wanted to come back and be strong this year and have a chance to make it to the last game and win it. So that's what they did.
You look at this senior class, 4 straight years getting to this game, and they walk out with a championship. What does it mean to them?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
What does it mean for you, at least for the senior class, to be able to get a ring?
I'm so proud of my seniors, and they deserve it. You know, they didn't have an opportunity to get that ring, and now they got one.
What about for you personally? I think you're the first coach in the history of Mid-States to win a championship with 2 different programs. That's got to be nice, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We're 23 years apart, or it's, you know, it's. I'm just more happy for these guys. They really gave me everything they had and really worked hard all year. A great contribution for the senior class, great contribution from the entire roster, and you know, we had some juniors that stepped up pretty big today too.
All right, enjoy it with your guys.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jack Bean. Scott, back to you.
Eddie, thanks so much, and congratulations to Jack, back, as they would say, in the winner's circle after a few years between championships.
23 years or something like that. So certainly great to see Coach Bean get the victory here, and once again, like we talked about, having the Junior Bills state champions. They've earned it this year. They had a heck of a season, and you know, they had a great run in the playoffs. Didn't come easy in the finals, but certainly well played by them.
If you're the DeSmet Spartans, obviously frustrated, you knew you had a huge hill to climb to try to come away with a surprise victory here tonight, but all in all, you have to be happy if you're a DeSmet Spartan, especially knocking off the Kings for the last almost 2 decades in the semifinals in CBC.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these guys did a fantastic job in getting here to the final and worked really hard. A little outmatched, certainly on paper. Goaltender Oliver played a fantastic game. These guys have everything to be proud of. They've done their program a tremendous amount of pride there.
As they get set for the trophy presentation here in this Challenge Cup championship game. And there you see Bobby Plager, Jeff Hayes of Mid-States with Christian Berger, the outstanding defenseman for the Junior Bills. Well, his brother was a champion, and now he's a champion as well. And now they'll wind up, as Andy pointed out, being teammates on the collegiate level. How cool is that?
That's pretty neat. Both players in their senior year winning the state championship, and now both players going on to Penn State. They'll be able to compare rings now, I guess.
And now the trophy presentation for the DeSmet Spartans, and getting a nice hand from the crowd here at the Scottrade Center. Christian Berger has been named as the MVP, and it is brought to you by Southside Machine. And Christian is with Andy Strickland right now. Andy?
All right, Christian, you've been here now 3 years.
Yeah.
Your brothers all came through the program. Your brother Chase obviously won a Mid-States title. How much does this mean to you and your family?
I mean, it's awesome. Like you said, it's my 3rd time here, first time winning. We've been playing, me and my brother's been playing SLUH hockey for so long now, and I'm the last one, and I'm so happy that we could go out like this.
You look at the seniors that you played with the last 3 years, and obviously they're going to move on. What do they mean to you? What do they mean to this program?
I absolutely love this team. I mean, I've loved all the teams I've been on, but that group of guys is a really special group of guys. I wish them all the best. But they're a really awesome senior group.
Did DeSmet give you a tougher game than you expected, or did you expect them to give you a difficult contest here tonight?
No, I mean, we expected it. I know in the locker room we were talking about we don't need to win by 8-9 goals. I know we did earlier in the season, but we knew their goalie was going to play great. He's a great goalie. We knew it was going to be close. If it was 1-0 or it was 8-0, same thing to us, and I think we all knew that would be more like 1-2, 3-4-0.
You know their goaltender pretty well. You play club hockey with him as well. You knew he'd be up for the challenge here, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. I was practicing with him yesterday, and he looked pretty confident. So I knew we couldn't take anything for granted here. Like I said, we've been here before, and we haven't won, so we definitely respected him as maybe the best player on the ice. So.
All right, you got a bright future ahead of you. Good luck in junior. Good luck in playing college hockey as well. Been fun watching you, Christian.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Christian Berger. Scott and Jamie, back to you.
All right, Andy, great stuff. And again, congratulations to Christian and his teammates, the Junior Bills. Man, they were just a powerhouse this year.
Yeah, fantastic season. They were loaded from top to bottom. We mentioned, I don't know how many times, that their third and fourth liners are still AAA caliber hockey players playing on those teams, or decided to play just high school, no club hockey. So this is a team that was well put together, well coached, and certainly performed very well throughout the regular season and performed fantastic in the playoffs and the championship game.
And there is the championship trophy being awarded to the champions, the Junior Bills of St. Louis University High School for 2018. Tonight's broadcast has been a presentation of Fox Sports Midwest. Again, the final Junior Bills shutout to Smet 4-0 for the Challenge Cup Championship. For Jamie Rivers, Andy Strickland, and our entire Fox Sports Midwest crew, I'm Scott Warner. Thanks so much for watching the Challenge Cup Championship and the Wickenheiser Cup Championship tonight here on Fox Sports Midwest.